been less than a week since the major cruise lines, Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, and Norwegian Cruise Line, all announced that they would be suspending their sailings for 30 days. One of the most frequent questions I've gotten over the last 7 days is, should I cancel my cruise in April? Of course, I've also got, should I cancel my cruise in May? Should I cancel my cruise this summer? Should I cancel my cruise in 2021? But the one that's really piqued my interest is, should I cancel my cruise in April? In today's episode of the Lido Loca Cruise Show, I'll do my best to answer that question and also cover a couple other news stories. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Lido Loca Cruise Show. I'm your host. Thanks for taking your time to watch the episode. If you're into cruising, you enjoy those cruising contents, looking for some cruise updates, consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of the episodes. Well, should you cancel your cruise in April? No. My answer is no. Well, you may be scratching your head saying, Tony, well, earlier this month in March, didn't you say yes to that question? Didn't you cancel your Norwegian breakaway cruise? Didn't you do that, big boy? Yeah, I did. But the situation has changed. The worm has turned, as it were. When I canceled my cruise, there was no strong indication that the cruise lines would be canceling their cruises. But now you're in a situation where the cruise lines have suspended cruising for a period of time. And guess what? It's an arbitrary period of time. There is no guarantee that after 30 days, cruises will resume. So what? Well, here's the so what. What we saw is when the cruise lines suspended sailing, when they essentially canceled their cruises for the next 30 days, they incentivized passengers to keep their money with the cruise line. Here's how it worked out for us. We canceled our Norwegian breakaway cruise. We got a refund, and there was some portion of the money that could not be refunded. We got that as a future cruise credit, and that's it. If we would have waited until Norwegian canceled our cruise, then we would have gotten a future cruise credit worth 125% of the value of our cruise. That would have been more. That would have been better. The challenge for us is they didn't cancel our cruise until about 12 hours, 13 hours before our cruise. Not a big deal for us. We only live a few hours from the cruise port, but I know there were people that had made their way to the cruise port, and then they got the news that the cruises had been canceled. Norwegian is only one of several cruise lines offering a greater incentive to keep your money with the cruise line than asking for a refund. Carnival Cruise Line, a very nice incentive package, offering people not asking for their money back a 100% future cruise credit. And if the cruise was 6 days or longer, a $600 onboard credit on the next cruise. Or if the cruise was 5 days or shorter, a $300 onboard credit on the next cruise. It's better. It's better than if people would have just canceled on their own. Now, not surprisingly, the cruise lines, they would rather use future cruise credits and onboard credits than just giving money back. This is evident in the policy. Many of the cruise lines, because of the challenge of returning money, telling folks that it may take up to 90 days to get your refund. So the choice is out there. You can get a future cruise credit that you can use almost immediately, or you can wait a fourth of a year to possibly get your money back. I think that's part of the deal. Not trying to be too cynical on that. I know that some people have gotten refunds back quicker than that, but the cruise lines, in their languages, many of them giving them a little bit of time to get the money returned. So it's not like an insta return if you request a full refund. So yeah, my advice, anybody that has a cruise scheduled in April or into the future or next year, I would not cancel right now. I would wait and see. This has been such a fluid situation that what was true yesterday is not always true today. And I think you have to take it as it goes. Why would you want to cancel in advance? Well, for some, it is peace of mind. For us, I was excited to cancel because I didn't have to worry about it anymore. I didn't have to wonder what the cruise line was going to do. And yeah, I lost out on a little bit of free money, but for me, I was okay. It was good to know that everything was settled. But if I had to do it all over again and I had a better inkling that they were going to shut down that soon and my cruise would have been canceled, I might have held out. I might have waited. I also get asked a lot whether or not you should invest in cruise stocks, and I do want to answer that question today. But before I get to that, let me give you a little programming note about this channel. I just started a new vlog series that gives some insight as to what we're doing here during the day as we are in self-isolation. It's the self-isolating vlog. It's coming at 1 o'clock every day on this channel. So if you want to keep up with us, see how our stockpiles are doing, make sure that you show up at 1 o'clock, you watch that vlog. And then this is the Lido Loca Cruise Show. The goal is to release this show 5 p.m. every day, give you some updates, have some cruising conversations, see what's going on in the cruising world. So that's the programming note. And then we do the show live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. It's a great time to get together, talk about cruising. And then we've got other little bits of content that we'll be sprinkling in along the way. I did make a video that kind of addressed this question a little while ago. Should you buy cruise stocks? Why it might be a good time? Was it the time to buy? Well, honestly, at the time I made that video, wasn't the best time to buy. It was a good time to buy, not the best time to buy. I made that video when Carnival Cruise stocks was about $30 per share, which was close to half of their value from their best performance this year. But fast forward just a couple weeks, and now that stock is only worth $9. So much better to buy stock at $9 than $30. You definitely don't want to buy it at $60. But that's the nature of the business, the nature of the stock business. So I think the big takeaway from that is, again, this is one of those situations where I cannot tell you what to do. But I look at investing a little bit the same way that I look at gambling. It's important to save. If you're going to save money and you want to be the most secure with your money, you got to find something that has very little volatility if you're worried about losing your money. But if you're a little bit of a gambler, if you have money that you can lose and it won't make you sad, then it maybe buy some stocks. But thinking about Carnival, it's $8, it's $9. Is that what it's going to be when all of this blows over and cruising resumes? No, I think it'll recover. I think it'll work its way back up to where it was previously. I don't know, though. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't say that for sure. So as I purchased Carnival stock, in my mind, I went, okay, well, if I lose it all, I lose it all. You got to do that. Don't risk money that you can't afford to lose, especially in a time of crisis. I think that's my advice. But again, that's more just my opinion, my advice. I can't be too prescriptive about it. I know a lot of people are buying cruise stock, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But my answer to should you buy cruise stock, my answer is, well, do you have money that if you lost it all, you wouldn't care? That's the hardcore answer. If you realize that you're going to hold on to this for a while, you feel like it will recover and you don't need the money right now, maybe so. That's another answer. Another answer is, are you already investing? Is it something you can move around in one of your portfolios, get a good position on it? That's another answer. But if you've never bought stock before, I guess the big takeaway is if you put the money that you're going to put into these cruise line stocks, are you comfortable losing it all? And if you're not comfortable losing it all, think twice about it. But, nothing's for sure. And let me just offer one more piece of news that's come across while I was recording the show. Carnival Chairman Mickey Arison has offered Carnival cruise ships to help people during the crisis, to offer temporary housing, to offer beds where they are needed. I'm not 100% sure what that looks like. It was mentioned in the presidential press conference today, the Carnival making the offer to use their ships that way. I don't know if that is indicative that means some of those ships will not be cruising in April, but it's just another piece of information to inform your decision. So let me throw the question over to you. What are you doing with your April cruise? Are you still scheduled for a cruise in April? Have you canceled? What about your future cruises? What is your strategy? Are you canceling or are you waiting? Is it time to cancel, time to cruise? Leave a comment below. And what are you doing with the stocks? Are you taking the risk? Let's continue the conversation. We are here trying to put out more content to keep you guys uplifted and entertained and to talk about what's going on in the cruise world. Hope everybody is doing well out there. Shout out to everybody who has to continue to work. I mentioned it on the vlog. More people I need to mention: retailers, of course, all our civil servants, people that are working in the healthcare field, first responders, truck drivers, grocery people, retail people, anybody that still has to work. You guys stay safe out there. We appreciate you. We're going to keep making content to entertain you while we're all in this period of time. This is Tony with the Lido Loca Cruise Show. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Please show your support for the show by hitting the like button and coming back and watching tomorrow's episode. Thank you so much, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.